Hello and welcome back to Altex TV, and in today's video we will be reviewing the movie Hellboy. It's the new rebooted version of Hellboy. It has nothing to do with the other two. It's completely its own separate story, and let's dive in and let's discuss it. Okay, so Hellboy has just hit the theaters, and basically let's start off with saying, wow, okay, this is a bit of a, it's going to be a bit dicey because, to be honest with you, this movie's kind of crap. It is kind of, well, it's not kind of crap, it is crap. It's crap. So first off, my first initial thought is basically, it is basically trying to be Deadpool, but it doesn't execute it at all. It's trying to be dark humor, funny, gory, and all that stuff, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, and it just kind of it's flat on that end. The amount of swearing is overdone in this movie. I think they said the F word, I would have said about 10 times in the first act. And it's like, yeah, okay, you're R-rated and that. Doesn't mean you have to drop the F-bomb every 20 seconds. And it just, the swearing was just, oh my god, like, it was just so much of it. There was no need for it. The blood and gore was kind of just overdone as well. It's kind of, it didn't really need to be there. It wasn't necessary. There's things that just happen and you're like, that's got no impact on the story at all. Like, that death and that blood and gore wasn't needed in that scene. And that really, you know, overtakes the whole element and the whole story of this movie. Because they're just, it's like they just chuck in, oh, we're R-rated. Let's chuck in swearing, you know, action, blood, gore. Just because we're R-rated, we can do it. And it doesn't work. It's just, there's too much of it. Don't get me wrong, there is sequences throughout the movie that I did enjoy that were like, oh, I was like, well, I don't know why everyone thinks this is a bad movie, because I'm quite entertained at the moment. And then it just falls flat, and it just goes downhill very quickly. So you basically have the main story, and it's all over the place. The story is all over the place. There's so many plot lines and everything going throughout this movie, and it's basically, they just go from place to place to place to place to place. It's basically Hellboy gets knocked out, boom, someone picks him up and takes him to a different place. Boom, he gets knocked out, taken to a different place. And it's just like, what is going on? I'm sitting there and I'm like, what is going on? Why is there so many things happening? It just, convenience. Someone's there to pick him up. Convenience, someone's there to pick him up as he gets knocked out. And it's just kind of like, oh my god. And don't even, there is, alright, you really notice when there is bad CGI, and there is bad CGI in this movie. Like, I'm talking terrible CGI. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, that is the fakest thing I've ever seen in my life. You can tell. And it's just, when you have that in a movie, it does really impact how you view the movie. And it does take you out of the movie. And unfortunately, there is, I think they tried to go big and didn't execute it at all. To me, this movie really, it didn't feel like a start of a new franchise. It felt like it was going to be, the whole concept of it, how it was going to, the world was going to end and everything like that, it sort of like, to me, I think this was more portrayed as like a second or third movie in a franchise that had already been established. They've gone, look, we've done these two, everything's converting to this one big finale, final movie, end of the world stuff, let's just go in and blow it out of the water. And that's what it felt like. It felt like they had this massive grand idea and they put in this movie, and then it just didn't work at all. Like, to start the franchise, you don't go big like this in my, well, you can, but you've got to execute it perfectly, and they didn't execute it at all. Personally, I think Hellboy, the original Hellboy, and Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, is a lot better than this movie. A lot better. This is just, oh, it's a hot mess. I wish they just made the third one earlier of the other two and not done a reboot, because it's just, oh, after you see this movie, you'll completely understand. And yeah, it's not good. It's not a good result, unfortunately. So overall, I'm going to have to give this movie a D. It's just, there is parts that entertain you, some good action in that, but overall, there's no story. You're just over the top swearing and just way too much unnecessary gore. that just has no merit to the story at all. Get rid of all those. Focus on the story first. But it feels like that's not what they were focused on. They were focused on giving us a spectacle, and it just fell flat for me. So I have to give it the D. And I would not recommend go see this movie in the theaters. Just wait for it to come out on DVD or Netflix or whatever. I'm actually surprised that this didn't go straight to Netflix, because it's not a good movie by any chance. So let me know in the comments, have you guys seen Hellboy? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Is it, better than the original ones? I don't think it is. I'd love to hear what you guys think, because I think this is going to be a very divisive movie, because some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. So let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a lovely day.